सहनौ भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। आदिदिव्यज्योतिमः कालिमा नमो आदिदिव्यज्योतिमः कालिमा नमो मधुशुम्भमहिषमर्दिनी महशक्तये नमो। मधुशुम्भमहिषमर्दिनी महशक्तये नमो। आदिदिव्यज्योतिमः कालिमा नमो ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिवस्वरूप त्वं न अन्यथा ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिवस्वरूप त्वं न अन्यथा चराचरस्य पालिका नमो नमः सदा। चराचरस्य पालिका नमो नमः सदा। चराचरस्य पालिका नमो नमः सदा। चराचरस्य पालिका नमो चराचरस्य पालिका नमो नमः सदा। चराचरस्य पालिका नमो नमः सदा। आदिदेव्य ज्योतिमः कालिमा नमो मधुशुम्भमहिषमर्दिनी महाशक्तये नमो। महाशक्तये नमो। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। 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 सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। So we were discussing Bhishma Pitamaha's Mahaprasthana. So Bhishma was surrounded by all the great Rishimunis, the Lord himself. So Bhishma tells Bhagavan to stand in front of him in the Chaturbhuja form. And then Yudhishtira approaches Bhishma, asks lot of questions. All those questions were satisfactorily answered by Bhishma. By then, Uttarayana Kala comes. Bhishma remains silent. He withdraws entire attention from the outer world, fixes upon the Lord who is standing in front. He was looking at Bhagavan, Bhagavan was looking at him. In fact, this is the experience of all the devotees. When we shift our attention to the Lord, we experience that His attention is always with us. And when His entire attention was upon Bhagavan, because the body identification has dropped, all the pain that we are experiencing, the pain vanished. And in that peaceful, withdrawn, purified state of mind, Bhishma then gives the what is known as Bhishma Stuti. He glorifies the Lord. So what does Bhishma say? O Lord, the one who has taken this form, that Satchidananda Swarupa, iti matirupa kalpita vitrushna bhagavati sattvata pungave vimomni. Bhagavan, throughout my life I have kept my mind pure, vitrushna mati, dispassionate. Now this pure mind I offer unto you. This is my gift, this is my offering. So Bhishma says, throughout my life, I have never allowed any taint to come upon this mind. So here we will discuss certain issues which generally we find in the society. First of all, we will see Bhishma's life. If you see Bhishma's life, it is a life of complete sacrifice. Throughout his life, he has only sacrificed. He has only lived for others. He lived for his family. He lived for his country. He lived for Bhagavan. This is called as Yajna Bhava. You see? Yajna means sacrifice. He never lived for himself. In the beginning itself, his father was attached to Satyavati. Satyavati's father said, I will give my daughter in marriage only if you ensure me that my son will become the next king. I don't think that is possible because Devavrata is there. He is so efficient, capable, having all royal kingly virtues. So then Bhishma has to take this vow. Okay, I promise you for the sake of my father that I will not get married. So I will have no children, I will have no family, and I will not become the king also. Then this Satyavati's father, he said, no, it's possible that once Satyavati's son becomes the king, you may kill him and then you become the... What is the guarantee? Then again Bhishma has to promise another. Okay, I promise that whoever becomes the king, I will be loyal to that king. I will never question that king. The royal family, whatever they say, I will obey. I will never question their decision, even if it may not be agreeable to me. It is only then Satyavati's father is allowing for this marriage. You see? So many vows he had taken. I will not become the king. I will not marry. I will not have any children. And whoever becomes the king, I will be an obedient servant. You see the sacrifice. A person who is invincible, powerful, he is the son of Ganga. You see? He taking the vow that I will remain a humble, obedient servant. Not easy. Okay, then what happened? Useless people started becoming the king. Duryodhana, he had to obey. You see? It's very easy to question and all that, but it is very, very, very difficult to remain in a surrendered mode. This was the greatness of Bhishma. You see, breaking the vow is very easy. Very easy. For little things we break the vow. On Upavas if we take, by afternoon we break the vow. This is human mentality. We keep giving excuses. He could have given umpteen number of excuses. Chitrangada, Vichitravirya, they could not produce children. Chitrangada was dead. Vichitravirya was, I think, important or something. Then there was a pressure. Arey Baba, now nobody is there. At least you get married. Who else will look after? No, I have taken a promise. Amba, Ambika, Ambalika, they were brought. Amba was ready. No, I have taken a vow. I will stay. He had to even fight with Parashurama, avatar of the Lord. Even Parashurama could not defeat Bhishma. Can you imagine his power? You see? When Parashurama is his own guru. He learnt everything from Parashurama only. But when Amba went and complained to Parashurama, Parashurama said, okay, if I defeat you, then you have to obey me. Done. Parashurama could not defeat. Now there is this allegation against Bhishma that in that evil assembly when Draupadi was disrobed, he remained quiet. This is the greatest allegation against Bhishma. You see, point number 1, the vow which Bhishma had taken, it is called as Mahavrata. You know what Mahavrata means? Mahavrata means I will stick to my vow even at the cost of my life. That is called as Mahavrata. Come what may, if I have taken a vow, I will stick to it. So what is the vow he has taken? Whatever the royal families do, I will not question. This was the promise he had given. So therefore, what is the duty of Bhishma? Remain quiet. Because it's a Mahavrata. So many Mahavratis we find. Nachiketa was a Mahavrati. Whatever my father says, in whichever mood it may be, I will just obey. So what did the father say? Vajasravas. Mrityave tvam dadami. In that irritated mood when this boy was troubling, the cows were given in Dakshina, all these old useless cows. So then Nachiketa went and said, Father, whom are you giving me? In that irritated mood, he said, Mritya, I give you to death. Okay, Father. Later on, when everything was over, Vajasravas came to Nachiketa. Hey, my dear son, in that mood, irritated mood, I told you something. Why are you taking? No, Father. It has come from you. No, I have to obey. This is called as Mahavrata. So many examples we find. Pandavas won Draupadi. Mother, see what we have brought for you. Kunti said, whatever it is, you share among yourself. That's it. If it has come out of mother's mouth, you have to just obey. That is again Mahavrata only. You see? Strict obedience without giving excuses. Karna also. Whoever asks me anything, I will give if I have it. In the previous night itself, Surya Bhagavan, his father, said, see, tomorrow Indra is coming. He will come in a Brahmana form. He will ask for your kavacha and kundala, the armor and the earring. Don't give. He wants to take that protection away from you because the war is going to come. His father had warned him. And yes, Indra was coming in the Brahmana form. Karna knew. Indra is none other than father of Arjuna. Karna had taken a vow. Either I will survive or Arjuna will survive. He had given a vow promise to Kunti Mata. Your 5 sons will be there. Out of that, either I will be there or Arjuna will be there. You see, in spite of his intense hatred for Arjuna, he stuck to his vow. He knew that as this was given, Kavacha and Kundala was given, he knew it. I am finished. But even then, he stuck to his vow. Now that is called as Mahavrata. Your raga, dvesha, revenge, all those things kept aside. If I have promised it, I am going to do it. In fact, Bhishma died because of his vow only. What is the vow he had taken? If a woman comes in front of me, I will not take weapon. I will keep the weapon. I will not fight with a woman. So therefore, Bhishma's remaining quiet in the Sabha when this was happening, because he has taken a Mahavrata, he had no choice. Now there are people who may say, no, even then he shouldn't have kept quiet. How can you allow such thing? See, when do you say that an action is adharmic, sinful? Any action, when it is instigated with an evil intention, then that action is called a sin, adharma. Action by itself is neither papa or punya. What is that intention behind that action? That intention makes an action sinful or meritorious. If Bhishma had kept quiet out of fear of the king, then it would have been a sin. If Bhishma had kept quiet for his power, for the position, then it would have been a sin. If Bhishma had kept quiet because of any selfish reason, it would have been a sin. But here, no such intention was there. So therefore it cannot be called a sin. And that is why not even one Rishi, Vyasa Rishi, Narada Rishi, they never criticized Bhishma for his action. Even Bhagavan himself did not criticize for his action. And you will find that Bhishma never apologized, never became repentant. The only statement he made was, the way of dharma is very subtle. This is all what he said. But he was never repentant. He never said, oh, I made a mistake. Never. You see, you have to read the scriptures as it is. Blaming somebody just like that loosely, it is very easy. When you strictly analyze every aspect, then we come to know that Bhishma never made a mistake. Never. Never was he criticized. Just imagine a person who can give up his life to stick to a vow. See, one thing which we all love the most is what? Our life. Here is a person who says, my life will go away, but I will not deviate from my vow. Is there anything more important, valuable than one's own life? So therefore to say that Bhishma was wrong, they're all careless, irresponsible statements. And just imagine at the, on the bed of arrows, Bhagavan himself come. And in front of Bhagavan, Bhishma is saying, Bhagavan, throughout my life I have kept my mind pure, and that is what I am offering unto you. You see? You can't cheat Bhagavan. He is the Antaryami. He knows everything. To make a statement in front of the Lord, how much pure he must be. And that is why Bhagavan chose Bhishma to give the knowledge of dharma to Yudhishtira. Only such a person is fit. The person who has never deviated from dharma alone is the right person to give a discourse on dharma. So for Yudhishtira, Bhishma was the right person. You see? So this is the greatness of Bhishma. And his devotion for God. When he came to know that Bhagavan wants my life, he said, yes, Bhagavan, if that is the thing, fine, I will reveal the secret. He told the Pandavas, see, as long as I am carrying weapons, nobody can defeat me. But then there is a way. This is the way. Keep that Shikhandi in front. Who revealed? He himself. Who will do it? In a war, will I reveal my weakness to my enemies? That is the greatness of Bhishma. Bhagavan, if you had decided to take my life, this life is yours. So this is the greatness of Bhishma. Okay. So these questions generally come in the mind of people. So I thought I should spend some time here. Okay. I think that's all the allegation, isn't it? If you have anything, you can ask now. Because now we are going to move forward now. Bhagavan came. And now what a royal, dignified, splendid way of leaving the body. Krishne evam bhagavati mano vag drushti vrittibihi atmani atmanam aveshya saha antashvasa uparamata. Mano vag drushti vrittibihi. Fixing his mind upon the Lord, speech upon the Lord, drushti, sight upon the Lord, vritti, thoughts upon the Lord, meaning entire personality, absorbed in the Lord, dissolving the individual self completely into the Supreme Self. Atmani atmanam aveshya antashvasa. He breathed last. Sampadyamanamajnaya Bhishmam brahmani nishkale sarve babhuvuste tushnim vayamsi vadinatyaye. When everybody saw that Bhishma has dissolved himself in that brahmani nishkale, in that nirguna Brahman, sarve babhuvuhu tushnim, everybody became silent. How? Vayamsi vadinatyaye. You see the birds? Morning, lot of chirping sound. Then they go out. Then in the evening, they come back. Again, lot of chirping sound. Then they become silent. As that evening gets into night, all the birds become silent. In the same way, all those people who had gathered, they became silent. What was that silence? The silence of joy, silence of sorrow, and silence of wonder. You know, when we become silent, there can be so many reasons for silence also. One silence is the silence of sorrow, because such a great personality is no more with us. You see, the entire Mahabharata, if it is revolving around one person, it is Bhishma. From the beginning till end. If suppose Bhishma had become the king, there won't be anything called Mahabharata. Bhishma was an ideal son, would have been an ideal king, is an ideal devotee, is an ideal warrior. What is lacking in Bhishma? Ideal by all sense. So that is why all these Rishi Munis came. You see, so many Rishis were there. Not even one raised any allegation against Bhishma. That was the command, that was the respect he commanded among the, such great personalities. You saw all those Rishis who all had come. Great personalities they were. They all came because that was an auspicious moment. So all of them became silent. So the one silence was because of sorrow. Such a personality is no more. The second silence was because of joy. Bhishma attained that. And the third one was wonder. Because at the time of death, fixing the mind in God is very, very difficult. Prana prayana samaye kapha vata pittaihi kantavarodhana vidhau smaranam kutaste. At the time of death, when the throat is choked with kapha, vata, pitta, here is a man who is lying on the bed of arrows also. Just imagine. So wonder. Everybody became silent. Few moments, all were silent. And then there was a celebration. Tatra dundubhayo neduh devamanavavaditah shashamsussadhavo rajñam khatpetuh pushpavrishtayah. Tatra dundubhayo neduh. So there was this, kettle drums beaten. By whom? Deva manava vaditaha. Not only human beings, but devatas also from heaven. Shashamsuhu sadhavo rajñam. All those noble kings, they praised Bhishma for this great attainment. Khatpetuhu pushpavrishtayah. And from heavens, there was the shower of flowers from all the devatas. Tasya nirharanadini samparetasya bhargava Yudhishtirah karayitva muhurtam dukkhito bhavat. Yudhishtira then performed the final rites of Bhishma. And then for a while, he remained in that state of mourning. Tushtuvurmunayo hrishtah Krishnam tad guhya namabhihi tataste Krishna hridayah swashraman prayayuh punah. All those munis, Rishi Munis, they mentally chanted Bhagavan's name and the Sri Krishna hridayah, keeping that Lord in the heart. All of them went to their respective ashrams. Tato Yudhishtiro gatva saha Krishno gajahvayam pitaram santvayamasa gandharim cha tapasvini. Now Yudhisthira went back to the palace and then consoled. Whom did he console? Pitaram, meaning Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. They had lost 100 children, so that sorrow was there. So Yudhisthira went and consoled Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. Now see the greatness of Yudhisthira. Pitra chanupato raja Vasudevānumoditah Chakara rajyam dharmena Pitrupaitamaham vibhuhu. So, with the permission of Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, fully supported by the Lord, now Yudhishtira started ruling the kingdom. This is the greatness of Yudhishtira. He never had any grudge towards Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. In fact, the whole issue came because of the bad parenting of Dhritarashtra and Gandhari only. Bad parenting. What is the best example? Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. Arey Baba, Dhritarashtra is blind. At least you should take care of the children. No, I am also blind. If both of them are blind, who will look after the children then? You see, this was one of the allegations which Krishna said. Gandhari, don't blame me. You alone are the cause of this calamity. When children are growing up, you are supposed to give them values. Father is blind. At least mother should take care. Who will instill values to children when they are growing up? So this is the best example of bad parenting. Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. And therefore they had to suffer. But Yudhishtira never had any grudge. He looked after them as his own parents. You see, it is said that in the morning he would take bath, all those sadhanas and all he will do, and the first thing he would go is go to the palace of Dhritarashtra Gandhari, bow down to them, spend some time with them, take their blessings, and then only he would go to his palace every day. You see, all the calamities, there was a silent hand of Dhritarashtra. He knew so many things. Duryodhana's attempt to kill Pandavas, everything he knew. Everything happened in his presence only. But even then, Yudhishthira never said, it's all because of you. He never said that. So, taking his permission, taking his blessing, Yudhishthira started ruling the country. So then Shaunaka Rishi asked, Oh Suta Rishi, please tell us, how did Yudhishthira rule the country? So the next chapter 10, verse number 3. Nishamya bhishmoktamathacyutoktam pravritta vijnana vidhuta vibhramaha shashasagamindra ivajitashrayah paridhyupantamanujānuvartitah. After listening to Bhishma's answer for all his questions, Nishamya Bhishma uktam atha achyuta uktam. He had discussion with Bhagavan, he had discussion with Bhishma. Now what is his state of mind? Pravritta vijnana vidhuta vibhrama. All his confusions, doubt, everything gone. Now wisdom dawned upon him. His mind was at peace. And then he ruled the kingdom. How? Indra iva. Like Indra ruling Swarga, Yudhishtira ruled the kingdom. How? Ajitashrayah, completely taking refuge in Bhagavan, ever under the guidance and protections of the Lord. And Anujanuvartitah, with his brothers fully supporting him, fully obedient to him. Thus, he ruled the kingdom. Kingdom means what? Paridhyupantam. Till the ocean was the border of his land. Means what? Entire earth. Ocean is the border. There is no man-made borders. Ocean is the border means what? He was the emperor of the whole earth. So, ever at the feet of the Lord, his brothers completely supporting him. This way he ruled. That's why his name, Ajata Shatru. There is no Shatru. He alone is. He is the emperor. What happened in his kingdom? Kamam vavarsha parjanyah sarva kamadugamahi sishishu Sishichusmavrajan gavah payasodhaswatirmuda. Kamam vavarsha parjanyaha. The rain would be perfect. There is no ativrishti, there is no anavrishti. Less rain, more rain. No flooding, nothing. Perfect rain. That too in the season. Sarvakama dugha mahi. Earth became fertile, high yielding. And the cows, oh my God, cows were carrying so much of milk in their udders. Sishichuhu vrajan. The cow shed was bathed with milk. Meaning, you see, the calf drank the milk. Calf's stomach was full, contented, and then what was remaining, it was enough for everybody. This is how milking has to be done. You understand? Otherwise it's a sin. That baby's milk, you remove the baby and take away the milk. What milk is it? It is the milk of sin. Shapa is there. That baby is sad. That curse is there. What is curse? Curse is not some Sanskrit word. Curse is the pain in the heart because of a, what you call, rightful thing denied to oneself. That milk is for that baby. 1 minute, the moment the cow has released that milk, that cow has that ability to release milk into the udder. When that mother cow sees the child, it releases the milk, and this person is watching. And then he pulls that calf and then takes away the milk. This is what they do. Anyway, here it is not like that. Oh, plenty of milk. Nadyas samudra girayah savanaspati virudhah falantyoshadhayas sarvah kamam anvrutu tasya vai. Nadyah, rivers, samudra, oceans, girayah, mountains, vanaspati, virudhah, oshadayah, herbs, trees, cultivated crops, kamam anvrutu. According to the season, they yielded fruit. They became fruitful. Every entity was doing their duty without creating any destruction, whether it is rivers, oceans, mountains. You see, this is the story form of whatever is said in Bhagavad Gita. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayantah shreyah paramavapsyatha. You worship the devatas with yajna bhava, then devatas will in turn bless you. Ishtan bhogan hi vo devaha dasyante yajna bhavitaha. Those devatas will bless you with whatever you need, whatever you desire. But what is the condition? Our life should be lived with yajna bhava. Now see, the king himself is living such a life of service, God-oriented life. Naturally, Praja is also inspired to live such a life. What is yajna attitude? Performing all our duties as a worship of the Lord, pouring out the God-given talents and abilities for the welfare of the Lord, for the welfare of the totality, in a spirit of cooperation and not competition, dissolving all our ego and egocentric desires, sinking our personal opinions and differences, coming together. This is called as yajna bhava. Everybody was living that way. Yudhishtira was at the feet of the Lord. All his brothers were at the feet of Yudhishtira. If Yudhishtira says it, matter is over. You see? The more and more we are tuned to the higher, the lower will be tuned to us. Lower will be obedient to us. This is a law. The more and more we disrespect and disregard the higher, the lower will be disrespectful to us. So Yudhishtira was ever at the feet of the Lord. So therefore everybody followed Yudhishtira. And he was a man of righteousness. He was setting an example, standing in front, walking in front. He was setting an example for everybody. Everybody lived that way. There was a Ramarajya there. So you see, there is another thing. So the cosmic behavior and our behavior, they are connected. It appears as though there is no relationship. No, there is a relationship. If too much of flood is happening, fire is happening, things are happening, don't say it's an accident. Give some scientific explanation. No. How we behave, accordingly cosmos also will behave. See? Nadhayo vyadhaya kleshah daiva bhutatmahetavah ajata shatrava bhavan jantunam ratnikarhichit. When Ajatashatru was king, na adhayah, na vyadhayah. No adhi, no vyadhi. What is adhi? Mental worries. All mental disturbances are called adhi. And what is vyadhi? Physical disease. That is called vyadhi. No adhi, no vyadhi. Daiva bhuta atmahetavaha kleshaha na. Daivatma bhuta means what? Adhyatmika, adidaivika, adibhautika tapas. No. You see? Just like, physical health, there is something called cosmic health. For physical health, what you should do? Live a life of discipline. Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu. Good food, healthy food, sense organs disciplined, good exercise, good thoughts, noble thoughts, mind pure, then you will have a healthy body. In the same way, there is something called cosmic health. When everybody is living a life dedicated to God, in a spirit of sacrifice and service, living for the welfare of all, then that leads to cosmic health. So this way, Yudhishtira ruled the kingdom. Okay. Then what happened? Ushitva hastinapure masan katipayan harihi suhrudam cha vishokaya swasuscha priyakamyaya. So Bhagavan, for some few months, he remained there just to ensure that the whole thing, because it's a new king, new kingdom, everything is new. So he knew that his presence is needed. So he's remained there for some few more months. Everybody was happy when Bhagavan was there. And that was needed because, so many deaths have happened. So to console the friends, relatives, etc., he remained there. And also to please his sister. Who is his sister? Who is she? Subhadra. She also said, brother, please stay back for some more time. Okay. You see, Subhadra's sorrow is also not. Why? Abhimanyu's death, yes. So therefore, to please his sister also, he remained for some more time. And now he had to go back. Amantre chabhyanutnyatah parishvajjabhivadyatam aruroha garatham kaischit parishvaktobhivaditah. And then finally Bhagavan took permission from them, bidding them farewell. And then some of them embraced him, some of them he embraced, some of them prostrated to him, some of them he prostrated. All those, after all that, aruroha, he boarded his chariot. And when he boarded his chariot, everybody was miserable. All were miserable. Subhadra Draupadi Kunti Virata Tanaya Tatha Gandhari Dhritarashtrascha Yuyutsur Gautamo Yamo Vrikodarascha Dhaumyascha Striyo Matsya Sutadayah na sehire vimuhyantah viraham sharngadhanvanah. All these people were miserable. Na sehire. They could not endure, tolerate this grief. Who all were there? Subhadra. Subhadra is his sister. Draupadi, Kunti. Viratatanaya. Who is Viratatanaya? Uttara. Uttara, wife of Abhimanyu. Viratatanaya. Gandhari. Dhritarashtraha. Yuyutsu. Who is Yuyutsu? Dhritarashtra's son, not Gandhari's son. Dhritarashtra's son in a Vaishya woman. Yuyutsu. Now this Yuyutsu is a very unique character. He is the only one, just before the war, he defected to Pandavas. He said, what my brothers are doing is not right. They are fighting for adharma, so I want to support Pandavas. So the only Kaurava who fought on Pandava's side is this Yuyutsu. How many children did Dhritarashtra have? 102. One daughter is also there. Dushala. Dushala is the only daughter of Dhritarashtra. And who married Dushala? Jayadratha. Very good. Jayadratha's wife is Dushala. Okay. So, Gandhari, Dhritarashtra, his son Yuyutsu, and he survived the war, Yuyutsu. Yuyutsu. Then Gautamaha, that is Kripacharya. He is another person who survived the war in the Kaurava army. Kripacharya, Kritavarma, Ashwathama. These were the three who survived the war in the Kaurava army. Gautamaha, Yamau. Who is Yamau? Nakula and Sahadeva. Vrikodaraha, Bhima. Dhaumyaha. Dhaumya is like a Kula Guru of Pandavas. Especially when rituals are done, he would guide them in performing rituals, etc. That is Dhaumya Rishi, not very popular. Then Striyaha Matsya Sutadeha. Who is Matsya Suta? Satyavati. Daughter of... Still they are alive, huh? How many generations? Matsya Suta, Satyavati. So all these people, Nasehire, Vimukhyan, they were so attached to Bhagavan, they did not want Bhagavan to leave. There is no wonder in it. Why? See, Satsangan Mukta Dussangah Hatum Notsahate Buddha Kirtyamanam Yasho Yasya Sakrudakarnyarocanam Tasminyastadhiyaf Partha Sahiran Viraham Katham Darshana Sparsha Sanlapa Shayanasana Bhojanai. There is no wonder in it that they were miserable when Krishna was leaving. Why? Satsangan Mukta Dussangaha. This is the greatness of Vyasa Rishi. Now and then he will bring philosophy. A person who has tasted satsang and has become free from dussang, will he ever leave satsang? The joy of dussang, once a person has tasted, that person is ready to pay any price. Hatum na utsahate buddha. Wise people will never give up satsang. This happens generally, after attending all this Gita class and all this thing for years. Once you have really tasted, and then you go to some marriage function. And what kind of discussions happen there? Oh my God, jewelry, cloth, all gossip. You feel suffocated there. Isn't it? Because you have tasted, once upon a time you were also participating in all that. But once you have tasted the higher, dussanga becomes suffocation. So here Vyasa Rishi is saying, just like that, how dussanga becomes intolerable, satsanga becomes an addiction for you. Just by listening to the kathas of the Lord, we get so addicted. Then what to talk of these people who were with the Lord? You see? Katha of the Lord itself is so much of addictive. They were the people, tasmin nyastadhiyaha parthaha. Their mind was fully absorbed in Bhagavan. Bhagavan was ever there, physically present with them in every aspect of their life. Darshana, sparsha, sanlapa, shayana, asana, bhojana. Darshana, always Bhagavan was available for them to see. Sparsha, available for touch also. Sanlapa, discussions would happen. Sanlapa, Shayana, they would all sleep together only. That much they were attached. Asana, sitting together. Bhojana, eating together. So how much they must have been attached to Bhagavan. Now when that Bhagavan is leaving, there is no wonder why they were so miserable. What did they do then? Sarve te nimishairakshaihi tamanudruta chetasaha vikshanta sneha sambandha vichelustatra tatraha. Sarve, all of them, animishaihi akshaihi, they were not even winking their eyes. Because when you wink, that much of time you are not able to see Bhagavan. So therefore, without winking, they were looking at Bhagavan. Druta chetasaha. Tam anudrutate chetasa, the mind melting in love for Bhagavan, melting in sorrow also. That mind becoming, what you call, tender because of sorrow, because of love, because of attachment. Vikshantaha sneha sambandhaha, they were so tightly bound with the Lord. Vicheluhu tatrata, so they were not just leaving him. You see, you say goodbye and then you walk away. No, they just could not go. So as the chariot was going, they were also walking along with it. Nirundhanudgalat bashpam outkanthya devaki sute niryatyagarano bhadram iti syad bandhavashriyah. These ladies, with great difficulty, they restrained their tears. Lot of sorrow was there, and whenever the sorrow comes, the tears come. But with great restraint, they tried to control their tears. Why? Abhadram. When somebody is leaving, you are not supposed to cry, it seems. It is inauspicious. Niryati agarat. When somebody is leaving the palace, going somewhere, you are not supposed to cry, it seems. That is considered inauspicious. So all of them with great difficulty, they were controlling their tears. Then what happened? Mridanga shankha bheryascha veena-panava gomukha dhundhuryanaka ghantadya nedurdundubhayastatha. So as Bhagavan was leaving, there was all these instruments which was played. What are they? Mritangam. Mritangam means what? That soft drum we play. Shankha, conch. Bheri, kettle drum. Veena. Veena, there is no translation, I think. Veena, what is the translation in English? Veena only. Panava, that flute. Gomukhaha, the big pipe. Dhunduryanaka, that is called the battle drum. In the battle, so many drums are there. Dhunduryanaka, Ghantadyaha, the bell, Neduhu, Dundubhayastata, and so many other percussion, musical instruments they started playing. प्रासादशिखरारूढाः कुरुनार्यो दृदृक्षया ववृषुः कुसुमै कृष्णं प्रेमवीडास्मिते. All these ladies of that Kuru dynasty, they climbed the terrace of the palace and they started showering flowers as Bhagavan was going. Sitatapatram jagraha muktadama vibhushitam ratnadandam gudakeshah priyah priyatamasya. Arjuna was holding one umbrella, white umbrella. Muktadama vibhushitam, and that umbrella was decorated with pearl garlands. Ratnadandam, that that dandam, that stick, that not handle, that stick at the center, it was studded with ratnam, diamond. So I was holding that umbrella. Uddhava satyakishchaiva vyajane paramadbhute vikiryamana kusumaihi reje madhupatih pathi. Uddhava and Satyaki, they were doing the Vyajanaka. What is Vyajanaka? The Chauri fan, They were doing that. Uddhava and Satyaki on both the sides. And Bhagavan was walking along the path fully with all those flowers, etc. Flowers falling from the top, flowers on the way. And Bhagavan shan. Ashuyantashishas satyah tatra tatra dijeritaah nanurupascha nirgunasya gunatmanah. All the Brahmanas were chanting Veda mantras and giving the words of blessings. May you live long. May you be happy. All those mantras were chanted. Now here again Vyasa Rishi. Nanurupan. Actually, it made no sense to this Lord because Nirgunasya. That who is Ananda Surupa, you are saying, may you be happy. That person, that being who is Amruta Surupa, may you live long. Na Anurupan. What is this? But Anurupa. For that person, for that, that avatar or that human form, it appeared Anurupa, yes. Nirgunasya gunatmanah. That Nirguna Bhagavan who has taken a Saguna form, it appeared in place. Now the city woman, you see, all these ladies, they had gathered to see Bhagavan Krishna. And now they are discussing with themselves. I am not going to read all that. So the lady said, do you know who this person is? So they have heard from so many other people, Rishi, Munis and all those trusted sources. So these ladies, do you know who he is? He is the Lord of the universe. Why is it so? Yeah. Srishti Sthiti Laya happens because of him. Who told you? That Rishi told me. Then it must be true. And everybody, you see, the great people are all the Rishi, Muni, everybody is there. So yes, that is how you trust. Yes, if the person whom I trust is telling something, then that must be true. I don't know Krishna, but people who are trustworthy, they are saying it. Then that must be true. So they are discussing. He is that Lord whom yogis meditate. Oh. He is that Lord who is glorified in the Vedas. He is that Lord who has taken an avatar to destroy all the wicked people, to bless all the virtuous people. This way they were discussing. And then they said, how lucky these women in Dwaraka are. They can all the time see Bhagavan. And even more luckier are his wives. See, the 20th verse we will chant for a sample. Nunam vratasnana dineshwarah samarchito hyasya grihita panibhi pibanti ya sakhyadharamrutam muhuhu vrajastriyas sammumuhur yadashayaha. Oh, how much tapasya they must have done, austerities they must have done, vrata, snana, huta, to get Bhagwan as their husband. And all the time they can listen to Bhagwan's wonderful words. Be in the company of the Lord. You see, here's something I have to tell you. See, as long as you are seeing Bhagwan outside of yourself, you can't get rid of jealousy. You see? Kali Yuga people are jealous of Dwaraka people. Ayyo, when Bhagwan was there, we are not here. Dwaraka Yuga people are jealous of people. No, Dwapara Yuga, not Dwaraka. Dwapara Yuga people are jealous of people living in Dwaraka. All the time they can see. People in Dwaraka, they are jealous of people who are living in the palace. People living in the palace, they are jealous of the wives of Krishna. And the wives are also jealous. They are jealous of Rukmini. Because she is a crust jewel among all wives. You see? As long as Bhagavan is kept out, this misery will continue. You see? Ajnanam will definitely lead to Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. You just cannot. There is only one way, that Bhagavan has to be realized as the self. The physical form is not going to get us rid of the negativities. The purpose of the external form is only to finally take us to the real form of the Lord, which is Satchidananda. This we must understand. There are different types of muktis also, 5 types of mukti. What is that? One is Salokya mukti. You go to the world of Bhagavan. But that person is jealous to that next higher stage. What is the next higher stage? Samipya mukti. You are nearer to God. See, in the world also, in the world, Vaikuntha Loka also, some are very close to God. So people who are in the world, they are jealous of the people who are nearer to God. Samipya mukti. What is next one? Sarupya mukti. Your form is like Bhagavan. They are even more closer. Salokya. Then Samipya. Then Sarupya. Next stage is Sarshtya. The power, wealth, you are able to enjoy. You get that power also. And even higher is Sayujya. You become one with him. So there are 5 types. Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, Sarshti, and then Sayujya. You see, the problem is, as long as your individuality is there, Jiva Bhava is there, misery will continue, even if you are in God's world. That's why Nahitnyanena sadrisham pavitram ive vidyate. There is no other way but to know God as the self. That's the only time when you become free from all this. Oh, that Bhagavan is not somebody outside. That Bhagavan is always with me. So to tell this, I read this verse. So these ladies were discussing, how blessed they are. Evam vidhagatantina sagiraf purayoshita nirikshanena abhinandan sasmitena yayau harihi. When this lady was talking like this, Bhagavan just looked at them. He is there. Then he gave just a smile. Okay. Acknowledging it as though. Just gave a smile. And then he continued. What else can he do? Ajata shatruh pratanam gopithaya madhudvishah parebhyah shankita sneha prayungta chaturangini. Yudhishtira. Now it's a big journey. From Hastinapura, Bhagavan is going to Dwaraka, almost 1500 kilometers. And with all these horses and all, it will take almost 1 month. It's a big journey. And the robbers, all those people are there. So therefore, Ajatashatru, Yudhishtira, for the safety of Bhagavan, what did he do? Chaturangini Sena. He sent a Sena for the protection of the Lord. Though Bhagavan needed no protection, but out of extreme concern for the safety of the Lord, Yudhishtira sent a Chaturangini Sena. Athaduragatan shaurihi Kauravan virahaturan Sannivartya dridham snigdhan Prayat swanagarim priyai. So as Bhagavan was leaving, they were also going. They were also, following him. This is what happens. When you are too attached, you just don't want to leave. So Krishna's chariot was leaving. They were also coming. So finally, Bhagavan had to tell them, hey, go back now, enough. Those people, virahaturan, miserable because of that pang of separation. They were just following Bhagavan. Finally, Bhagavan had to sweetly turn all of them away, persuading them to return back. Go back. And then Bhagavan started his journey. What all places did he visit on the route, en route? What are the stations he covered? Kurujangala Panchalan Shurasenan Sayamunan Brahmavartam Kurukshetram Matsyan Saraswatanatha Marudhanvamatikramya Sauvira Paran Anartan Bhargavopagat Srantavaho Managvibhu. So on the way he covered lands of Kuru, Jangala, Panchala, Shurasena, regions of Yamuna, regions of Brahmavarta, Kurukshetra, Matsya, Saraswata. And then there was a desert also to cross over. Which is the desert? Rajasthan. Marudhanvam. So desert was at that time also. Crossing over the desert. And then Sauvira, Abhira. And finally he reached the land of Anartha. And then, but on the way it was not a continuous journey. Tatra tatraha tatratyehi harih pratyudyatarhanaha Sayam bheje disham paschad gavishthogam gatastada. En route, here and there, people would come with a lot of gifts to have a darshan of the Lord. With all the gifts and all those things. So everywhere, now and then, he would meet them also. And then he would continue. And finally, he reached Dwaraka by evening. And then after reaching Dwaraka, what did he do? Next chapter. Anartan sa upavrajya sruddhan janapadan swakan dadmodaravaram tesham vishadam shamayanniva. And then after reaching his country, he blew his conch. What is the name of the conch of Bhagavan? Panchajanya. Yes, Panchajanya. And when all the people heard this conch, they were so happy. All of them ran and came. Tamupashrutya ninadam jagad bhaya bhayavaham pratyudayuhu prajasarvaha bhartrudarshana lalasaha. To see their Lord, all of them came running. And then there is a stuti of all this. Okay, I am skipping this also. Stuti Bhagavan. Okay, one or two we will chant. Natasmate nata sadangri pankajam virincha vairincha surendra vanditam parayanam kshemamihechhatam param nayatra kalaf prabhavet paraf prabhu. O Lord, we prostrate unto your lotus feet. That lotus feet which is ever worshipped by Virincha, Brahmaji, Vairincha, Shiva, Surendra, Indra. The most auspicious lotus feet, Bhagavan, we worship. Bhagavan, you are our everything. Bhavayanastvam bhava vishwabhavana Tvameva matatha suhrutpatih pita Tvam sadgururnah paramam cha daivatam Yasyānuvritya kritino babhuvima. Bhagavan, you are our Mata, Pita, Pati, Suhrid, Sadguru, everything. Father, mother, master, teacher. You are the protector of the whole world. By your service, we have attained fulfillment in this way. Bhagavan, the moment you go out, Bhagavan, to see your friends, etc. in Mathura, Hastinapura, Bhagavan, every moment appears to be like millions of years for us. So they are complaining. So in this way, all those, prajas, they did a stuti of the Lord. What did Bhagavan do? Iti chodirita vachah prajanam bhaktavatsalaha Shanvanonugraham drishtya vitanvan pravishat purim. Bhagavan, who is a Bhaktavatsala, who loves his devotees so much, he listened to them, blessed all of them by giving a loving glance at all of them. And now when they heard that Krishna has come, so for a long time he was absent. So when Bhagavan has come, immediately everyone became, active in decorating the whole city. What all did they do? Gopuradvara margeshu krita kautuka toranam chitradhvaja patakagri antah pratihatatapam. The Gopura, you see that entrance gate, huge one. That marga, the path, everywhere they put flags and banners and festoons. So much that even the sunlight was not entering. Not only that, sammarjita mahamarga rathyapanaka chatvaram Siktam gandha jalairuptam phala pushpakshatangureh. The whole road was swept clean. The streets, the lanes, the by-lanes, the bazaars. And then, they washed it with fragrant water, chandana, etc. So there was fragrance everywhere. And then they decorated the whole street with all the auspicious things like phala, Pushpa, Akshata, Ankura, Phala, fruits, Pushpa, flowers, Akshata, Akshata, unbroken rice. And then Ankuri, tender leaves. You see. Dwari dwari grihanam cha dadhyakshata phalekshubhihi alankritam purna kumbhaihi Balibhir dhupa deepakaihi. Dwari, dwari, in everybody's house in front, they kept all auspicious things. You see, whatever we are doing, actually they are all from scriptures only. Dadhi, yogurt, pot of curd. Akshata, rice, unbroken rice. Phala, fruit. Ikshubhihi, sugarcane, that stick. Purna kumbhaihi, Purna kumbha. Balibihi, dhupa deepakaihi, dhupa and deepa. Okay. Why is Akshata auspicious? You see that rice, Kshata means broken. Akshata means unbroken. So Akshata represents unbroken life, unbroken relationship, unbroken bliss, unbroken auspiciousness. That is why Akshata is considered auspicious. We want everything unbroken. My relationship with others and with God, I don't want it to break. So Akshata means unbroken. That's why Yakshata is auspicious. Again, this Purna Kumbha thing, you see, it is all there in our scriptures. Purna Kumbha. In that Purna Kumbha, what do you do? There is a pot, it is filled with water. So, pot represents body, water represents mind, mind which is fulfilled. That is the meaning. Again, the coconut, it is called as Purna Phala. Another name for coconut is Purna Phala. Coconut is considered very auspicious. You see, coconut, if you see, there is one hard shell outside, then there is this white cream inside, and then this water. It represents our body only. So that hard thing is physical body. That white thing is mind. And that water is causal body. You see, 3 bodies. Sukshma Sthula Karana Sharira. And how should be our Sukshma Sharira be? White. White means what? Sattvic. And the water is very sweet. This is how you should be. That water is very, very sweet. That white cream is very, very white. A sattvic personality. And this coconut has 3 eyes also, isn't it? What are the 3 eyes? 2 physical eye, 1 jnana chakshu. The 3 eyes. And in many of these auspicious functions, we break the coconut, isn't it? Breaking the coconut means what? Breaking the ego. What else? Break the 3 body and become infinite. Let the inner space merge with the outer space. In that coconut, there is an inner space. So, Jivatma merging with Paramatma is breaking the coconut. You see? And coconut tree also is considered very auspicious because, we give dirty water to this coconut tree, and that water, it converts it into sweet nectarian water. Not only that, it carries on his head. Expression of gratitude. You see? And coconut is a tree where every part is made use of. Every part. The coconut stem is made use of in making poles, etc. for house and all that. In villages, if you go, you'll find. Right? The leaf is made use of in making the thatched roof. Even that stick in between the leaf, that is for broomstick, etc. use. You see? That coconut thing also. The outer coir is used for so many things, making rope and even for fuel. The shell is used for fuel. Shell is a very good fuel. It keeps on burning for a long time. Shell. And of course inside. And then that coconut can be made oil. Oh my God. Oil has so many benefits. You ask a Kerala person, he will tell you. It can be made for cooking. It can be for massaging. Oil. Oh, so many health benefits. Every part of coconut tree can be made use of. So literally coconut tree is living for others. Wherever we find this yajna spirit, we consider that animal, that being, that plant as auspicious. This is our culture. There is nothing which can be wasted there. And every year after year it keeps on giving coconut. Initially you need some help, after that it just keeps giving. Coconut tree. In that Purna Kumbha, we have this mango leaves also. Mango leaves remain for a long time. It doesn't dry so fast. In the villages, etc., mango leaf is used to brush our teeth. I don't know if you have seen on. They hold it and they use it for. Mango leaf is very sacred for Lakshmi and Ganesha, they say. So this leaf represents prosperity, material prosperity. And 5 leaves are used. Why 5 leaves? Pancha Mahabhutas. All prosperity is associated with the 5 elements. So 5 leaves are kept. So that becomes auspicious. Purna Kumbha. I have taken 3 extra minutes. 2 more minutes I will take. Let me finish this topic. You know why cow is considered holy? The same thing. Wherever there is sacrifice, we consider that plant or animal as holy. Yajna bhava. Cow, if you see, it eats grass which we don't want, but it gives everything what we want. Milk, curd, ghee, cow dung. The male cows, the bull, the ox, they are used for plowing the land. So for agriculture, oh my God, India is an agriculture country. Once upon a time, everything, the whole world was agriculture only. In that agriculture, the role of a cow or a bull is unimaginable. It gives everything, and it is said that cow's milk is equivalent to mother's milk. It is so good. Provided that generally in the villages, the cow is considered to be a part of the family. It is a very sattvic animal also. All the sattvic qualities you will find in a cow. So because of all these reasons, cow is worshipful. So that yajna bhava, it takes minimum what we don't need and it gives everything that we need. So this symbolically is nothing but a life of sacrifice. So therefore cow is considered holy in our tradition. Yajna bhava and number 2, sattvika bhava. 2 things. Right. Okay, so Krishna is entering into Dwaraka. Let us see what happens tomorrow. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet, asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.